Let's welcome in Judge Andrew Napolitano, Newsmax Senior Judicial Analyst. Judge, what's going to happen next?
Well, what's going to happen next is that the feds will prevail. I mean, the states are threatening to decline to pay over to the federal government monies that the states have deducted from the salaries of their employees for income tax withholding. What do you call that when the employer takes the money from the employee and refuses to give it to the federal government?
Theft.
A felony. Exactly. They can't get away with something like this. Now, if they're talking about legislation on the floor of the Congress that would allow them to do this, the president will veto that, and there's not enough votes to even to pass it, much less override a veto. Oh, yeah. I can understand the frustration that this Maryland legislator has, and part of what he said is correct. The president is holding back money that Congress authorized, but the remedy for that is either congressional or judicial. It's not what lawyers call self-help, where you attempt to do this on your own. You're going to end up in jail.
Interesting, very interesting point on that from legal standing. And moving from Maryland over to Wisconsin, if we can, a state rep there in Wisconsin, Renuka, I have the name here. Well, either way, there she says this, or it's been said by this person here. We've seen the Trump administration is willfully breaking the law by holding back federal funds, to which Wisconsinites are legally entitled. So these bills are really about providing for a legal remedy and protecting Wisconsinites.
I don't know if she is talking about bills in the Wisconsin legislature, right, in which case the legislation is fruitless, or if she's talking about federal legislation, which is never going to pass. And I can understand her frustration. Congress authorizes, we'll just use a hypothetical number, $100 million for the state of Wisconsin to spend on health, safety, welfare, and morality. The president has cut it to 50. What happens to the other 50? Well, Wisconsin's going to have to sue for the other 50 because Congress authorized it. It can't hold back money on its own for the reason that I just articulated. There are people in federal prison today, employers, who used the money taken from their employees for purposes other than remitting it to the federal government. This is almost absurd. It's tough for me to say all this with a straight face. Now, the other side of this is maybe they're saying this just to make a point. They don't really expect it to have a happy legal outcome.
We'll see. Let's switch gears while we still have some time. In exchange for his cooperation in the case against Kilmar Abrego Gracia, yes, that name's back in the news. Here's another one. Jose Ramon Hernandez Reyes, a convicted felon with a history of 6 deportations, will not be deported and instead be set free. The decision comes as the Trump administration looks to keep Abrego Gracia behind bars. Judge, what's happening here?
So I have seen this many times in my years on the bench. A criminal case, a witness testifying against the defendant. The witness has committed more crimes than the defendant did. The witness has committed the very same crimes that the defendant did. The government is forgiving the witness's crimes, so the witness will testify against the defendant on behalf of the government.
Yeah.
What do you call that? Bribery. Well, because the government is giving something of value to a witness in order to tailor the witness's testimony.
I've seen it in the movies.
Yes.
I've seen it in the movies.
The bottom line is juries usually go along with this. Yeah. They do not consider it bribery. They really don't care about the witness's background. It's up to defense counsel to paint the witness as utterly unreliable. And let's see, you did the same thing my client did. Why are you free? You're free because you're saying what these people have bribed you to say. Yeah. That's what the trial's going to be like. You can't make this up. It happens more often than you can imagine.
Yeah, very interesting. And also, Abrego Gracia is going to have to change his name at some point. He's just becoming more famous than A-listers at this point. People know this guy's name all the time. He's in the headlines. We appreciate Judge Andrew Napolitano joining us on this.
Of course, guys.